Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sabado Sessions podcast. We're back with Talk of the Week segment, and we have Indy here. Mo could not come because of stuff. Anywho, yeah, so we got some topics in hand, lads. Let's bring it open. Indy, you go first. Let's go.
So which one do you want to do? The PED one first.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, man.
First topic for me, I put it up on my post. It was all fuck the backstory anyway. Essentially, we were talking about when people get banned, what it usually gives them. I think the maximum's 4 years, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Should they then be allowed to just come back and compete in the IPF? First question. If any of your answers are no, then in what circumstances? Sorry, if it is yes, in what circumstances can you allow these people back in? What would you consider not a reason to ban someone for life? I'll open it up to the floor first before I give my answer, and I'll go through some of the stuff that other people have said to me.
Yeah, go on, Espen.
Well, when you say drugs, do you mean as in like?
So this is the thing is like so in for what it's drugs, isn't it? It's a prohibited substance. So I was more thinking along the lines of a performance enhancing drug.
Okay, cool.
And SARMs.
Yeah, all right. So personally, for me, no. Like, if you've been taking it and you got caught and you got banned for 4 years, ideally you shouldn't come back. The only reason I say that is because within those 4 years, let's just say you're still cycling, you can make a shitload of progress within those fucking 4 years, and then all you need to do is within the last 6 months, or depending on how the cycle is, then you can pretty much come off it, and then that will leave your system. But yeah, you'll still be at such a high level with that addition into your body. So technically, you shouldn't. Just go to another fucking federation if that's the case. You shouldn't be able to come back to the IPL.
That's just performance enhancing drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What if it's a recreation? I use that term lightly. Drug.
Like an inhaler, you mean? With an inhaler.
That's a
medicine.
recreational.
That's a medicine.
Okay. So what?
Weed. Because honestly, the amount of people I got in my inbox, all of them from London, obviously. I'm not even taking the piss. 12 messages, all of them from London, saying weed should be allowed. Weed doesn't count. Weed doesn't count.
What are you trying to say? Is it because the London guys use weed a lot?
Bro, how am I supposed to know? I don't know these things.
I don't know either, to be honest.
At the end of the day, it's a banned substance and why they're in it. So technically, if it's saying that it's banned, technically we shouldn't be taking it.
But should they be banned for life for taking recreational drugs?
Maybe not for life, but even 4 years is a bit harsh, man. Personally, anyways.
For recreational?
Yeah, 4 years is a lot. Fucking hell.
But could weed be considered technically performance enhancing? Obviously, people use it as painkillers and all sorts, don't they? I know even like CBD is banned. Like certain CBD oils are banned, as long as they have THC. Is it within WADA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If we go through that approach, then yeah, technically they should all be on the similar thing. Like they should all be banned for 4 years if that was the case. But me personally, I reckon it's a lot. 4 years is a lot just for weed personally. But if it was to be super strict with it, then yeah, I guess the law's the law, innit? What can we do?
That's Espin. Joey, we can't keep grilling Espin. We need to go through everyone.
Okay, cool. I mean, I pretty much agree with the whole, if it's performance enhancing drugs, it's gonna be so tough to sort of prove, first and foremost, that it was by accident, you know.
What if you were sleeping and then someone just like put a little talk in your mouth and then
well, yo, don't say that. Jurans will never sleep. Man already doesn't hug people. He won't sleep, bro. Jurans, we don't mean it. We're joking, bro. Joking.
No, but come on though. Like that's like amazing circumstances, like where all of a sudden you're sleeping, you accidentally toke like a fat spliff, and
how, bro? Well, you sleep smoking.
Yeah, I mean, if your teeth are gappy enough in it, so.
Jurans,
already,
bro, defend yourself.
Even 5 minutes.
I was gonna be nice to everyone today because Kim said I should be, but bro, come on.
I'm
Okay, I don't want to get cancelled because then I protect my international status really a lot. So yeah, so I mean, when someone has only had one international, they wouldn't understand. Anyway,
Raw, Espen, don't have it, bro. Raw.
let me
Send him
protect
for
my.
man.
Well, does it count if that person comes to GB squad sessions anyway?
Hey, listen,
Bro, you saying does it count? Is that person on the list to get Jim Shark tracksuit?
I don't
who
know.
cares?
Might have snuck in.
Did you see the list?
Move on. Now answer the question. Right, we've got it off topic. Right, Joey, are you done with your answer, or do you want to?
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, banned for life for those that have taken performance enhancing, like actual performance enhancing drugs. And then for recreational, I think we should be a bit more lenient, on the caveat that there wouldn't be classed as performance enhancing, like sort of like, I don't know, weed, and also like there's also medicines that could be classed as banned. But I think it's like for Espen's case, like with asthma inhalers and all that stuff, you can't take it within the 24 hours, I believe. But yeah, so leniency for non performance enhancing, and that's my final answer for that.
Phone a friend.
Huh?
Want to phone a friend? Final answer. Durance, you.
With me, with them, PEDs, definitely you should be banned for life. The reason I always say that, and then I will keep on backing my answer to that, is over the years I always said, if you've used it against someone that never used it, even though you stopped, which is in Britain, we have so many, especially in powerlifting, we have so many of them that have used it for donkey years, and now they stop, they come to the IPF and they start competing against people like us, thinking, oh yeah, but it's clean though, lifetime drug free. But the reality is, your body has tested that. Do you know what I mean? And I haven't, so you still got the age over it. To me, banned for life. They shouldn't even get close to people like us or even hug me or say hello. You shouldn't even say that. But unfortunately,
Don't shouldn't even say hello. You know.
exactly. And unfortunately, I do sit down and have a drink with some. Unfortunately, but anyway, for non-PEDs, I think again it depends on the circumstances as well, right? When it comes to weed, now we know some illnesses they're being treated using weed. So if someone is using that and that respective, of course, we can't be lenient saying, okay, we're not going to ban you because it's a medicine. No, they can still get a ban, but a short, not a lengthy one, because we know that one is for a reason. However, if someone is abusing the rules or abusing the the substance because knowing they will get leniency, first offenders, yes, be lenient. Second offenders, you have to have a reason. Third offenders, they can get the same ban as someone using PEDs because that's taking the piss now. That's my point.
I think they should get fined as well, to be fair. A hefty fine.
Do they not get fined anyway? Or is it the federation that gets fined?
I think it's only the federation get fined.
Is that regardless of if they're placing, or is it anyone that gets found out? How does it?
So the federation only get fined as well if you get caught internationally, I think. Let's say like we go into Malta, if they test you Indy, they find out like your blood is full of shit. And then British powerlifting get fined, no you.
All right, Jesus Christ, bro. I ain't had a drink with you. What are you on about? So I've had quite a few people come through the DMs and all have their own like explanations or like questions and stuff like that. The one that I really liked, and I pulled this out, is said the person goes, no, they shouldn't ever be allowed to compete in a tested federation again. And he goes, fucking perfect time for my phone to go off. No, as long as the long lasting effect, even once coming off, is you've gained an advantage by acquiring muscle mass at a faster rate than if you were natural, along with potential retention of said mass and being exposed to strength you otherwise wouldn't have. It grinds me when people say they're natty just because they've been off for X amount of time. No, you've lost your right to say that moment you took any form of PEDs. And to be honest, I'm here with this. Like, for me, if you've taken it at any point in your life, you've forfeited your right to lift in the tested federation. If you get caught taking PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, this ain't fucking I went out and smoked a spliff. Lifetime ban. No way you should, because in that 4 years you don't get tested either, right? So for that 4 years, you could be juicing, you could be hugging Duran's friends, you could be doing all this shit, come back, juiced up to Ross, and then what?
And then you just you get all of that muscle mass that you wouldn't have achieved otherwise.
And you're, do you know what I mean? Like you're not, and the thing is, because people aren't fined unless they're at an international level, and then you're technically not a, like, let's say, British powerlifting member. You're technically not having to abide by wider rules and regulations. You're not tested for 4 years. It's not like they're going to randomly come around and test you within that 4 years to make sure in that 4 years that you're not being tested. You know, so
I might be wrong here. I might be wrong. I might be wrong here to say this, but with British powerlifting, I think if I'm right, you will be tested if you hold a membership, even though you don't compete. But even though if you give up, basically, if you said, okay, I'm leaving British powerlifting, even at 24, no, I think 12 months after you left, you can still be tested. I think that's what the rules is. I think.
But how many people in history of being banned have been tested in that period?
No one. I don't think so. I don't think anyone has.
So even though the caveat's there, it's not happening. Is essentially the issue. Is like, I know people who have been banned, they've just gone away and then they're back like, hello, like, yo, what's going? Like me personally, I'd be too fucking embarrassed to do that.
I would even compete. I would not compete. I literally would not compete. Because every time, because if you've been banned, right, even like, don't get me wrong, even when we said the leniency, when we talk about the non-PEDs, like we did all of the rest, if you've already, your name is already been linked to it, no matter what you do, you always gonna lose that credibility. Even if you get strong as fuck, people are still gonna say, yeah, but you got banned like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So no matter what you do, your success will be for nothing. So what's the point of coming back? I might just go to the other Fed, literally, and go and do ABS.
Side question to this though, lads. This for all of you. What do you think of those athletes that have competed in a non-tested Fed, you know, and then sort of went off the PEDs, and then moved over to a federation like ours?
No,
it's the same thing.
No, same thing. That's exactly the same thing. That's what that statement was about. Is you've taken simple, like, if you've ever taken, you should have the fucking integrity.
But there's no barriers to entry though. As of
there isn't, like, do you know what I mean? But that's part of the issue, I think. Like, it comes down to, like, again, integrity. Like, people don't fucking have the integrity to be like, yo, I took it, I'm not going to compete in a tested federation anymore. They'll be like, yeah, I took them, fucking, oh, it's been a couple of weeks, it's fine, I'll go to this competition. Nah, fuck off. Just suck your mum.
I think are we good with that topic? Because
actually, that on topic but off. I was speaking to my mate Aaron, and we were on about, you know, that Canadian guy who was busted for 3 different things, and he was like, "Yo, it was in my protein tubs. It must have been in my supplements." This logic is so fucking wild to me. Where like random fucking protein manufacturers gonna be like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna lace this fucking product with steroids, bro. Like, this ATP, right? ATP per shake fucking thing that this guy's buying me, yo, bro, just fucking fill it full of trend, yo, just trend it up. Are you fucking taking this? He figured out, like, because it won't be picked up in trace amounts, like, really. He was picked up for 3 different things. He figured out it'd be like the protein, a kg tub of protein, right, would cost like fucking 50k.
My God.
For it to have, like, for it to come up on a test, because Aaron's like this. He fucking, when he, like, gets down to the nitty gritty of things, he showed me equations, bro. I didn't even know what these equations meant, but he figured it out, and I was just like, how are these people coming up with these excuses? Like, yo, I had a Monster can, but it must have been Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola must have put fucking Anavar in my Monster, bro. And I opened it up and it in my bloodstream. I don't know how it got there. Just take it on the fucking chin.
Yeah, exactly. Just accept it. Say, look, I made a mistake, or whether you call your mistakes, or whether you call it, hey, I did this, own it, and to go. The funny thing is, again, we have go federation that allow these kind of things, and also they're not running bad meat. They're running money meat. They're running great competition. You're looking like John Hack. John Hack is rich as fuck right now, right? So is that federation that allow these kind of things? So you can compete in those federations. I think on the side note, guys, I had a question for you guys, because the reason this question is coming is, when all these news we're getting across our countries, people being tested left, right, and center in massive like nationals and all of that. What do you guys say, or what advice would you give to lifters that go into competition that carrying, let's say, the fluid, like could be your drink or your water or whatever? Is the advisor would you say you can leave it unattended, or is it something you guys think this could be a way where people can spot your drink and slide something in there that shouldn't be in there? Because the reason I'm saying that is I become really almost like really scared when I'm doing the nationals, and almost like my water bottle, I am with my water bottle everywhere I go. If I'm taking a piss, my water bottle is right in front of me. So almost like I'm scared because of that. I don't know whether it's just me being paranoid or
make sure you piss in the right place though, not in the water bottle.
Of course. When there's no water, it doesn't matter, but it goes in. But anyway, what I'm saying, like,
we're not moving past that. What is that? Rat bastard.
Anyway, what I'm saying is,
I'm with you.
What do you?
I'm with you. I'm with you in that endurance. Yeah, I don't tend to keep any of my shit just unattended. I'll either let Tasha hold it, or Dan, they'll hold it onto them until I do my lift and I come back. Never leave that shit out of my sight. I think it's because you always hear these stories as well, of people that doing dumb shit. Like even with the chalk issue, I think I heard a story about someone that replaced chalk with baby powder or some bullshit like that.
Is that what happened to Mo? Oh no. Something else. Thinking of something else.
No, but yeah, in that situation, yeah, I don't really trust anyone in that sense. At the end of the day, we're there to do a competition. It doesn't really it wouldn't surprise me if there were people fucking doing weird shit like that.
You wouldn't think it would happen at nationals, but internationals, I think I'd be fucking really wary of it.
Even at national, I think probably I'm gonna get cancelled this one. This year national, when we had the news that came around that someone go test positive at the national, right? And I am part of those people that got tested at nationals, and I've been pretty clear and transparent with it. And I kid you not, when I heard that news, mate, my heart ticked like 3, 4, 5 times, beat like 4, 5 times. Why? Is because I remember once I left my water bottle right in the training warm-up area. I went to take a piss and I went to watch other people lifting. So I literally sat here, I'm thinking, what? This is the first time ever in my life to do that. And then I was like, what did I do? I'm fucked. I'm done. But luckily, people like us, again, as I mentioned in the beginning, international, like renowned international like us, legit international, we have got wide account, you can log in. So straight away I logged in, I was like, okay, that's not me. Cool. That's fine. But again, is to say that what I said, like I become really paranoid when I leave my shit unattended.
Yo, bro, Ben forgot his login. So for 4 weeks, I kept saying to him, bro, you failed, it's you.
That's why he got locked out his account.
Bro, he was
like, yeah, no, you failed.
He was sending me voice notes going, please, I don't think it's me. I was like, nah.
Okay. Good. So yeah, what's Indy? Want to enjoy? What do you think?
No, you should never leave your shit unattended, bro. I wouldn't even leave your chalk box unattended. That's on my person at all times.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the baby powder straight. You won't be able to tell the difference from just with your naked eye.
This is why I use chalk blocks. Well, chalk blocks anyway. I always get a fresh block, but I don't leave it unattended. And to be honest, I keep the shit with me. Like my water bottle goes wherever I go. Like it's not that difficult, Durant. You just take your water bottle wherever you go. Man's just leaving it around. He was like, "Oh, I'll put that in my Cocoa Pops later." Rat. For all those that are listening, yeah, sorry, tangent. It has to happen. Jordan's is getting fucking outed here. Everyone listening to Sabado podcast, first of all, thank you for coming here. And secondly, I apologize in advance for ruining your fucking day. This guy, Jurin Kingamu, right, Commonwealth champ, puts water in his Cocoa Pops to eat them.
You literally did that introduction.
Disgusting.
It's so serious,
Disgusting
like you're telling the
human
truth.
being
He's
that he
lying.
is. And then once we finally told him that that's what fucking animals do, he then starts putting his milk in first before putting the Cocoa Pops in, like some fucking savage toddler. Moving on. I wouldn't leave my water bottle around anyway. Give it to someone to hold.
You do know in more time competing before you, I'm gonna hold your water bottle for you. Watch, I'm gonna put a beer in there.
He's gonna go to the toilet with your water bottle.
Hello, yo, bro. Why is this shit luminous yellow now? Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's
Don't
too
worry.
hot here. It's the heat.
You're not holding. I'm not giving you anything to hold. I'm actually gonna message one of the referees there and be like, yo, this guy is a well-known drug dealer. Don't let him in. don't let him in. He's gonna ruin the thing. I'll get you kicked out. Watch.
Imagine you take a sip of your water bottle after Jurin's holds and be like,
But I'm never giving.
it tastes so clean.
I'm not taking anything of Jurin's. Anything.
Before we move on to the second topic, though, Jurin, quick question, bro. What does it taste like? Like water and that's weird, man.
Oh, there's no difference. It's just Cocoa Pops. That's it. Did they actually say in the box you need to use milk?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Literally says milk. It even gives you the calorie. It even gives you the calories at the back of like a 35-gram bowl of Cocoa Pops with milk on a lot of cereal.
Okay, I've changed. I've used milk today.
What do you mean
so,
you've changed?
I have.
Your water and Cocoa. I'll tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like Jurin's bench disappointment. That's coming from me. I'm firing shots at your bench.
Many say it tastes like Jurin's bench disappointment when he can only bench like what 7.5 kilo, or 5 kilo more than me. So
you want to talk about your lifting this weekend?
Everyone, the whole world knows about my lifting. Well, you're too late. The whole world knows about it. I don't watch it. But anyway, I hate you. I swear to God, I can't wait for more
water and really cereal. Next topic.
No, but hold on. Even when he does have milk, he warms it up. He puts it in a microwave.
What do you have to say?
What do you mean? You put it in a microwave? What are you? Yo, bro, he's this guy. I bet you he has Ovaltine at night.
Why does that sound so funny?
Bro, Jurin's, I know for a fact, man's got Horlicks and Ovaltine and he mixes it together. Has a little malt drink at night to get up to his fucking calories. Fucking horrible human being.
All right, cool. Now that that's out the way, second topic, lads. Espen, what's up, bro?
All England.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
All England.
All England is coming up. It's 12 weeks now. 12 weeks to All England.
Yeah, 12 weeks out from All England, yeah.
I think sign-ups officially come live on, when is it? On
the 2nd of June. 2nd of June.
It's Monday, isn't it?
Friday.
9 a.m.
Is it a Friday?
Yeah, Friday, yeah. So
I'm going All England to ruin someone's party. I'm gonna do it.
No, but look, listen, Jurens, before you can even ruin someone's party, let's have the data here, or the information. So as far as I was told, or I'm aware, there's 180 slots or spaces ready for All Englands, right? And right now,
are they splitting that 50-50?
Would you no, it's 3 days. It's 3 days.
Not as in like, are they splitting it 50% male, 50% female, or is it just first come first served?
It should be male to female 1-to-1 ratio, but the problem is now, and you know what's been highlighted to me from viewers and everything else, is that where there's more than 180 people interested to go. Espen's one of them, I'm one of them, but we all have to sign up.
Wait, say that again. Espen's going to a comp.
I'm doing a comp, boys. I'm back.
No, he's just saying.
Well, until he's on the list,
he's gonna travel.
Until he's on the list, it's not confirmed. So he has his interest.
Durance, watch out! He's coming for your 83 kg throne.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna run his party because I'm gonna battle him at 83 at All England.
Everyone's
But
thinking I'm 83. Fuck it. Like, go on, Gary.
How much are you weighing? How much are you weighing?
71 point something.
Woo!
Mm.
Hunky
I don't know,
boy.
man. Them cheeks look fuller than 71, you know.
Chicks looks full bro. There's no
Yeah,
hair in those
I mean,
chicks,
I've seen him around 70 below, and he looked anorexic. But yeah, so there's more than 108 people interested to go. Now the question is whether it's going to be the case of do we, well, should it be, prioritized as first come first serve, which is most logical, or just for for the sake of prestige or the fact that it's considered a nationals, should those with like I guess arguably better nominated totals get to go as a priority. So Juris, I leave that open to you first of all.
Look, since I got a better nominated toward the 83, I'll be selfish. I'll be like, because I want to do it, I want to get the first refusal. Right? Again, my rationale behind it is I know anyone will hear this, they'll probably unfollow me. But reality is, if All England want to create a prime time, you need the best lifting in the prime time.
Mm-hmm.
That is just my opinion in there. But however, at the same time, if anyone has got a qualifying total for All England, they should be given the opportunity to compete. It means that.
Sorry. But the qualifying total is really low, man. So anyone can pretty much.
Yeah, but again, that's up to the English champion, the English Fed to increase that one. Do you know what I mean? But if someone has got a qualified total, and then it goes to where first come get served. Do you know what I mean? And give the person the opportunity to compete because they've done their job, they've done what they could. Doesn't matter even when I said earlier, having the best 83 total in the country, at that point, no one will really care. All people care about is I go to my qualifying total. That's what matters because on the comp I can go there and bomb out, and someone that just go like 6'10" can beat me. Simple as that. So it means like, jokes aside, I think first come get served should be applied here, especially we have got only 180 places.
So I did reach out to All Englands on Instagram. I slid in their DMs quickly, and I did ask them about previous winners, like those that won the last All Englands, if they're going to get automatic entry to the next one. And they did say that it doesn't matter if you won it. You basically fall in the same category as everyone else. The only difference is that we don't need a qualifying total. That's the only difference. And that
to me that's wrong. That's wrong. They should have given the winners the opportunity to be the first refusal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you need to defend your title.
Yeah, no.
It's also not a Commonwealth year.
Yeah.
I have to say, I don't know if you've covered that. Sorry,
No, we haven't.
No.
Yeah, so go on, Indy.
No, I'm just saying. So it's obviously not. It's not a Commonwealth year either. So doesn't make it any less important. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's still one of the best competitions of the year. But
I feel like
it's difficult, isn't it? Like, it's as a competition, or running a competition, like we talked about it before. There's nothing that they can do that will please everyone.
Yeah.
I agree. But again, Indy, I know we said it's not a Commonwealth year, and it's one of the national we have in the country. But All England have become so important since last year.
Yeah,
right? 2 years ago.
In terms of
2 years ago.
Yeah, in terms of like that international sport, because I mean, for those that are listening to us like abroad, in the UK, we have got two international we can't qualify for, which is the World Championship and the European Championships. I'm talking about the big one. I know there's the Western Euros as well as an international. I understand that, but All England will play a massive role when it comes to the Euros because people like us are going to Malta. If we go there and F-tap, the guys that will be doing All England with a better total, they can actually make that European team.
Okay, so
not necessarily.
Indy, before you go, I just want to say that's with the previous competition calendar, because obviously we have the British in March early in the year, and then there's the World Championships up in June, and then All England will be in August, and then end of the year will be Europeans. But with the calendar coming up to next year, with the, I guess, the entry into Sheffield, Sheffield now gets placement at the beginning of the calendar year. Therefore, the British
does
Championships.
Euros.
Oh yeah,
We
sorry.
got Euros. Is
Yeah.
that March?
Euros and then Euros again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Euros in March. So literally after this December, it all changes in the next calendar year. Not financial year, but the calendar year. So that means the British next year, 2024, will be held at a different time. It won't be in March anymore. So it won't be the case where you do the British, and then depending on how you do it, Wales, for if you get selected from British, those doing All England will now be like potentially taking those who messed up at the Worlds, take another like weight classes place into the Euros. It will be sort of arranged differently now.
It's May, not March. Sorry, May in Denmark. Next Europeans.
So that
Is it
means
May?
Europeans. So
No.
that means May.
It can't be
2024.
May.
No. 2024.
If it's
May.
May, what about the World Championship?
Next month. The month after.
Yeah, it says. Unless I got the calendar wrong on the European powerlifting.
No, look on the IPF calendar, bro. I think.
Then we're effed. If it's May and then the World Championship in June,
that means
It
there'll
literally
be.
says SBD Sheffield 10th February, and then European Open Junior, Sub Junior. Bro, this calendar don't make no sense, bro.
But yeah, look, while Indy's looking at that, there's also another thing to consider, and this is like more or less the elephant in the room, as to why the popularity of All England has skyrocketed. Is because of the production that's been put into it, to the point where the prestige that was the British Championships has now been taken over by what All England is, due to the fact that where the venue is being held. Shout out to Kim Cowell and Jacob Weimer for doing a fantastic job at this, by the way. Like it's not a fault of theirs. It's literally because they're doing so good that the popularity of All England has skyrocketed so much. So that's why the potential entry list for All England is going to be so much. It's going to be so quick to fill up for 180 spaces, when usually years prior to, I think prior to the COVID years, no one barely batted an eyelid to do All England up
Bro,
until
it sold out in hours last year.
yeah.
Hours. I remember I was at work and someone was like, yo, it's live. And I went on, and apparently it wasn't even that long after it went live, and I still was like towards the latter end of getting my entry in, and then people like literally minutes after I'd done it were like, oh shit, it's sold out.
I honestly think deep down that it's gonna sell out within about, I'm gonna say 20 to 30 minutes. It'll be gone. No joke.
it will. Because, again, right? To me, it's a championship that I welcome. That the popularity of it, I welcome it in Britain, because again, it gives a lot of people the opportunity, especially people that couldn't do the British for obvious reasons, in terms of like personal reasons, and some people were not informed, some people holidays, some people go injured. So again, don't get me wrong, the British that's the beginning of the year. I know people talk about March, but March is pretty much the beginning of the year, right? People haven't really gone into the programming. So people miss that, and they have another opportunity to do a meet that almost similar as not similar to a national, but a national meet. Do you know what I mean? I welcome that popularity. The only things, again, I have against it, it's the fact that a lot of people will almost start doing on purpose to miss the British, because I'm going to miss the British because I don't want to be competing against Indy and them lot. No way. I'm just going to wait for the All England. Do you know what I mean? And it almost like, again, what we said last year about Sheffield. People will be going to World not to push, just to qualify to get a ticket to Sheffield. Not really to show their true potential, because they know Sheffield is there. So almost like the British will become like that. That's what I'm worried about, because I want the British to be the best meet in the country.
This was my argument pre-British, and this is what I posted online, and I got a lot of flack from it from people, and I was just like, there's people who are literally like, I'd rather just do English over British. And it wasn't because it genuinely like didn't even come across as if it was because that's a better production. It was just a case of more likely to win, more likely to place, that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
It's a difficult one because if you say one thing, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're fucking elitist," and if you say another way, you're gonna be like, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're just trying to fucking suck up to people." Like for me, British is the comp of the year to prove who's who and what's what.
Mhm.
Right, that's what it should be anyway. And then the English, unfortunately for me, has been the comp you go to get that comp experience. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, kind
the
of like a
English,
national experience, pretty much.
yeah,
National level experience.
yeah, and that's what the last 2 years I think have felt to me because like I did the British last year as well. And I was like, we spoke about this before. I was like, yo, I don't know whether I should be fucking warming up for my squat or jumping on the monkey bars. And then English, but it literally was next to a total wipeout thing. And then when I went to English, I was like, comp, what a comp. You know,
Yeah.
it's just added like a
Like
different.
literally, there's been comparisons being made where the experience in the English championships last year was akin to an international. That's how it was pretty much like set up, which I can see. I mean, Espen would probably know better than me because he was actually there. Indy also actually. But man, like it looked really good. The stage, the everything. It just
Everything
Except,
about it, from the warm up
except,
room, it had the
ex-
timer, it let you see. It even had the little thing in India. I don't know if you saw it, well, you probably did, where it told you like roughly how long it's going to take till the next person goes on. That was sick.
Ticked all the
except,
boxes.
except they had
Everything, man.
they tick all the boxing except they had Robin Bermudez as a ref. Do you know what I mean? That's
I
yeah.
mean,
Robin, my brother.
you can't have everything, man, unfortunately. But yeah, the comps are just run perfectly, man. Honestly, I couldn't say anything bad about them comps. Even the venues
Yeah.
that they picked, like the venue they're gonna have this time round as well. Fucking hell, man, the venue looks
The
so
venue
sick.
they picked they would do this time is the same venue we did the British in 2021, isn't it?
No,
So,
no, it's
What
a
is it?
town hall.
Theatre, yeah, or a town hall,
bro,
My God.
it's Northwest Sheffield.
Yeah,
It's like a
literally.
full blown theater, bro. Like the thing is, like I understand the reasoning behind not just allowing like a million fucking entries in because they're like people are gonna come, and we could easily say to these people just more the merrier, take all that dough, take all that money, but they genuinely give a fuck about production quality, the way it looks, the feel, how efficiently it's run, everything.
Mhm.
And I know they're put into place like so I remember the volunteer sheets. I remember. I can't even remember if it was British 2021 or English last year. But the volunteer sheets were done months in advance. There were like people who's going to be like toilet duty, who's going to be doing this. There was like everything covered from A to Z, like throughout the whole competition. And I was looking at the sheet and I was like, "Yo, they're doing a better job like doing this than I've ever seen before," sort of thing. And it's just it comes down to giving a fuck. I think.
Yeah,
They
they
got
I'm not saying
honestly
budget.
do.
this isn't me bashing like this year's British because for me it was like the comp was fine. Like I didn't have any issues, but like the level up for the Northwest comp seemed to be.
Night
I
and
mean,
day.
I think
it's
it comes down to like again you mentioned that in the British have to be the comp, right? So in the British again, I'm not gonna go here and chat shit about people that run the British. When it comes to quality of lifting, you get here the British, right? But when you come to the quality of the quality of lifting does not really relate to how the comp looks like, right? You see people literally breaking like some of the what do you call it, international records, an official international record of the British. But then again, you look at the comp, you're thinking, what the fuck, you know? But at the English, you know, I'm not saying there's no quality of lifting, which is of course they are, but you see the comp itself almost overshadow the quality of lifting, you know,
Mm.
because the comp is so well run, people don't care, you know, it almost like people don't care how good the lifting is because it's well run, and then that is something to give, you know what I mean, praise
So
to Kim, of course, and Jacob.
In an ideal world, the British should be, the marriage of the two, where there's really good production as well as really good quality lifting. However, that is not come to fruition as of yet. What I was gonna change it up to now was,
Joey, before I forget, right? Do you know what I think the British is like right now? Honestly, I think it's just come to that point. It's like a designer brand. Like, you know, how can I explain it? It's like the British has come to a thing where they don't have to try as hard, right? They can pick any shitty venue. They can put the least amount of work, but they know deep down that this is a competition where you need to go to qualify for a Worlds or a Euros. So it's almost like they know, right? You guys want to compete internationally? This is where you have to come. So they're not going to put as much effort. But then you see like Kim and Jacob fucking putting in work, man. Look at all these sponsors, the venue.
Bro, Red Bull.
Bro, and
Red
they've been
Bull.
planning this shit
Do you know
for months.
when I saw Red
Months
Bull,
and
right?
months.
Mate, when I saw Red Bull, I sat down thinking, what the fuck? They got Red Bull as a
mad.
sponsor. You know, and then
Yeah.
the British, anyway.
Yo, shut up, man. Didn't you get an Alico hat?
The British
Yeah.
got stolen, mate.
By who? Oh, did you leave it with your water bottle?
No, maybe no. I didn't
I
leave
wish
it
I'd
in
give
my
you a
water
leak
bottle.
on mass, so I wouldn't need to see that face. Listen, the issue, my issue, like my biggest issue is people saying, I don't want to do British, I'd rather do English. Okay.
What?
And
Yeah.
not because they're
Yeah.
injured, not because of genuine reasons, but people just saying, I don't want to do British, I'd rather do English because it's a better comp. And I had quite a few of these when I put the anonymous up, and around the anonymous, I had a lot of people saying, look, I just can't be arsed with the British. I'm just going to do the English. And that should be on no one's mind, bro.
Mhm.
Everyone, right? That's the pinnacle of British powerlifting, national level powerlifting should be. So everyone should be working towards going to British and putting on a show and like competing against the best of Britain. Like,
So-
can you imagine American nationals?
Mhm.
Lifters not turning up to the nationals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But don't you think
don't-
that the last two Britishes have been so poor in terms of the venues and shit? And it's like we also need to take into consideration people that have to travel to get hotels, take time off work. Maybe some people would prefer to take the annual leave and book hotels for a competition like the All Englands instead of the British, because they might want to, have a better time.
Yeah, and why wouldn't they at this point in time? Because A, they can win money, they can win prizes. Do you know what I mean? B, like the venue and stuff makes them feel like this is a sport. Like it's nothing. This isn't me bashing anyone, right? Fuck you. I want to be honest because like I appreciate the level of effort it takes to run a competition and all the shit you have to do. So shout out to Nottingham Strong for putting it on anyway, right? But my issue is me as a lifter personally, I don't bust my balls fucking all year round to then show it off in a gym.
Yeah.
That's my expectations, right?
I think as well.
And it might sound elitist, it might sound shitty of me. Fine, people are gonna come in my inbox, call me a cunt. Cool, I am.
I think
But
me,
listen, I want to showcase what I've worked for in a stage on a certain level, not at a gym. Otherwise, I could just get the boys together, hire White Lights Media to do the recording. Shout out White Lights, and then do it there and be like, yo, this is my lift.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when it comes to the British, right? I know I was the first person that really voiced himself out after when we did that British last year. Not this year, but last year, I was so mad, really pissed off because that was probably one of the best British I've ever been. Especially I've been competing at the British in 2016. That was one of the best I've ever been. But at the place, I was so mad. But one thing as members, and one thing that as even some of our listeners should know is we have a problem in Britain where meat directors are not coming forward to run the British. The problem is not about we don't have enough candidates, but I've said this even to the board when I went to the AGM is we need to find out why people are not coming forward to run these. I know it's difficult to run meat, But if someone like Kim and Jacob can run the English the way they're running, I'm sure there's people out there that keen to run an amazing British, but they know just can't be bothered to come forward for a particular reason.
Okay, let me
These are
ask
the
you,
reasons that's killing us.
let me ask you a question, right? And this isn't saying this has happened, and this isn't saying this hasn't happened. This is a rhetorical question, all right? As a meet director, why would you put yourself forward when, having put yourself forward, people are bashing your stuff? People who in power are saying this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Like, let's say, for example, you've run a meet and someone who has power within British powerlifting or not is going around saying all of this is shit, or like just picking faults where there isn't faults, or causing drama, causing issues. Why then would you put yourself forward?
But that's the problem we have. The problem we have is because these people that are coming forward, or these people that potentially come forward, they don't feel they were getting the support they deserve or the need to run this amazing meet. Because I used to be pissed at the British, right? You know, even when we saw the meet at Nottingham Strong, I was like, what the fuck is this? I might just be in my garage. I would even do a better job. Do you know what I mean? And then what Indy said there, I could probably do it in a place where I call my boys and get the motivation and the support from my boys, and that's it. But the reality is, Nottingham came forward is because no one else could come forward. And then the problem is because those people that potentially could come forward is they're not getting the support they need. You know, again, I know I've been saying this for years about our Fed, the way it's running and all of these things, and people are getting on my DMs. I'm getting emails across the left, right, and center. But the reality is, no matter how you bash me, no matter what you say, the truth is not happening, and no change has been happening. You know, that's why we're still going to struggle.
This has been massive at Bucks, and now I know loads and loads of people complained about Bucks. I'm like, these Molten College, they've been doing it year after year after year after year after year. Who else has put their name forward? So don't tell me you're going to complain about these people who bust their balls for no thanks, no pats on the back, no plaudits, nothing. Everyone complaining about what's going on, but no one else is willing to do it as well. So there's two sides to that story.
Yeah.
And even with the British, I'd say it's still two sides to that story. Like, unless people, if there was like hundreds of people putting their name forward saying, yo, we're happy to host this event, we're happy to host X, Y, and Z, until that day happens, these same people can then not complain. Do you know what I mean? And I understand that means us as well. But like, as a lifter, my brain's like, yo, we need a better quality of competition. But then as someone who's understands how things work, I'm also like, yeah, but who's putting their name forward?
So
yeah.
The question I was going to pose up earlier is that, you know, right now, the ongoing problem is that, well, potential problem is that there's only a limited amount of spaces for All Englands. So, what would you give as a sort of like, I don't know, a way to mediate this sort of potential problem that they'll be having? It looks like they're going to be getting it for a while, should the England's always potentially be happening in Northwest. One of the things, you know, I'll give an example. One of the things that could potentially happen is a way to mediate is to increase the qualifying total. Obviously, the English qualifying total is less than the British, so that's why there's the appeal of the lifters that may or may not be strong enough to qualify for British to go to All Englands to get a national level experience, and again without having to, I guess, compete against those placing high in the British Championship. So if those top guys are like gone, there's the placing for them too. Or so what do you guys think of that, or anything else that could potentially
There's a double-edged sword to this, right? You could continue to increase the total, right, the qualifying total, but then you got to look at it is that Commonwealth is an entry-level international competition. Like the way I see it anyway, incoming fucking bash Indy time, because he said something that sounds elitist, but it just is, right? It's not Worlds, it's not Euros, it's a way of people to get international like standard meets or international meets under their belt, not how things work, how like all of this works essentially. So I do think the qualifying total for the English is too low personally. If you put it up, will it put people off? You're always going to have people that complain, just like you had the people that complained about the A total and stuff like that. There's just going to be that level of, this doesn't suit me, therefore someone's elitist or racist or sexist, that kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you want to continue to have progression, then you've got to continue to progress how things work as well. Unfortunately, that's just the lay of the land sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's gotta happen. For me, yes, you do need to increase the qualifying total a little bit, but then if you do it the same as the British, then does that sort of nullify?
That defeat the purpose,
Yeah,
isn't it, of
nullify
being
the
entry
point.
level qualifier. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's the issue. So it's difficult on both fronts, but there needs to be a way of. The thing
Because
is, it sounds like we're deterring people from going to English and saying come to British instead. That's never going to be the case. Like I
No.
like both competitions, and I want people to go to both competitions.
because when you think about it, go on.
It's just it's difficult to say this is the solution because at the end of the day, the way things have been working so far, like last year, for example, it was fine. In my opinion, like that first come, first serve, this is the qualifying total. Just do it. And doing it on a Friday, I think like it is what it is. There's not going to be a single day in the week that you do it where everyone's going to be happy. You can't make fucking everyone happy. So
Yeah.
just keep doing things the way you're doing them because haven't done it wrong in the last fucking 2 years. And they're not going to do it wrong this year. They didn't make everyone happy over the last 2 years. They're not going to make everyone happy this year. But the formula's working. So fuck people's opinion.
Yeah. Espen, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I agree, man. I think the only thing that I would have changed, and this isn't just because I won it previously, was probably just to have those that did win it would get that entry, because that's what I thought would I don't know if that's ever been a thing, but I thought it was. I thought that's what happened 2 years ago. That those that won it,
So the automatic
the next
thing
time.
is that you don't need a qualifying total again if you won it last year, but the entry, you still have to do it like everyone else.
But
As far as
let's just say though, right? Every single this is just I know this is never gonna happen because the odds are very fucking high for that to happen. But let's just say every person that won the England don't manage to get in because of trigger finger people that are very fucking quick and then manage to get themselves booked in. And let's
That's
just say
fucked up.
this England, we just go into a brand new fucking comp with no defending champions. Like that's a bit weird, right? I mean, what happens in
yeah,
that situation?
Did we have a limit to entries at British?
No.
no.
There was no limit.
It was literally if they've qualified,
We
they
didn't
would
even
have
come
entered.
close to the limit, to be fair, probably. So yeah.
At the British, I think you only like the limits that we have is on the closing day. No matter what we have there, that's what we get. I mean, for me,
I think that's
when
the
it
only
comes,
thing I have to say about it, though. That's the only thing I have to say about
I
it.
agree with that. I can agree with that. If personally,
yeah,
Because I'd love to
I-
go and defend it, but if you're not guaranteed to get in, it's a little bit of a sticky one, there, isn't it? But it is what it is. What can we do? But yeah, go on,
for
Dre.
me is again, I back what has been said. A champion should be given the first. It should be almost like the first person on the list, and the rest they come down. Do you know what I mean? That's to me. That's what I believe. But then again, going back to what Indy said about increasing the total for the English, we can't just focus on we need to increase the total to make the comp better. But the reality is the English is there for people to get opportunity to do again 4 nations, to do Commonwealth, right? Get those total to get to these big meet and that those entry big meets. Remember in the past, the English used to be almost like a springboard for the British. People will struggle to qualify for the British in the year. They're waiting for that May comp at the English, thinking, I'm going to add a 5 kilo until May to get myself to the British next year. That's what it used to be in the past, right? But now the English is almost gone a step ahead of the British in terms, again, that we said, the production, everything else we said earlier. So it's gone almost ahead of the British. So how do we fix the problem? The only way we fix the problem is, I can see from my perspective, is the English Federation to give the meet director as much support as possible. Even if they have to extend the meet for 3 days or 4 days, do it. Give them that support. Do you know what I mean? That's the only way we can fix this. Because again, Joey, what you said is 180 lifters when you think about, because I'm
There's
sure
60 a day.
they will be equipped, right? They will
Yeah.
be classic,
Minimal
and they will
equipped
be
though.
Are you doing
they'll
it
be
quick?
ben,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
They
they're
did
still
last
being
year.
equipped,
Oh.
right? So if we get, listen, I'm trying to include everyone into my answer here, right? If you get equipped and they like the row 180 lifters is a lot for 3 days, but at the same time, if you extend that to more than 180, you give them the support to run that meet as a 3-4 days event.
It's already
that
a 3-day
empowers.
event.
So 3 days, I didn't even know that. It's a 3 days. So if you extend the day, to me, I just seeing it as extending the days, because 60 lifters in a day is not that much. That's not many lifters,
Yeah, that's a morning and
you
afternoon
know?
flight, 30
Yeah.
each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, I mean, in London, we do run 30 lifter a day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we do run
Yeah,
30 lifters a day. So
put it this way:
do you know what I mean?
if it's trying to find the middle ground between having a competition that's a national stand, like if Sheffield had hundreds of people there, would it be as impressive?
Yeah, no. I see what you mean.
No, but
They're
Sheffield,
doing it as a spectacle.
yeah, Sheffield is a spectacle, but if the English, it shouldn't be a spectacle. If the English is a national. Anyone that has got qualifying
But
total
we're saying a
can
national
get to
should
that.
be better.
Oh, you mean like the British?
Like that, English is a national. If we're saying the British
Yeah.
should have been better, like
So
the English is better, and we're trying to lower, because like you can't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people and still have it at a certain standard. I personally don't think it's possible.
So you know what, I'm gonna change the topic a little bit here. So obviously, there was something that Espen mentioned where, what if a British champion didn't get in? I mean, sorry, a previous champion, not a British champion, but a previous English champion didn't get in, right? So should it be the case where I don't know, the meet director or whoever's in charge of the entry list should put priority on those with nominations that could make this national level competition that much better in terms of quality of lifting? Or should it just literally be first come first serve? Because without sounding too elitist, it would come to a point where, so for example, in the 66s, like say Cabria was there, but then I didn't get in because of the entry list was full. Daniel J didn't get in. Anyone else that was in the British that competed didn't get in, but then others did. So that means that in the 66s alone, Cabria would be the head of the pack, and then everyone else would just be like, all right, well, where they got nominated, that's where they're going to end up. So in terms of like I guess the spectacle of it all, or the excitement behind the competition of it all, there wouldn't be
I feel
much.
like there'll be and there'll be a lot less work to have. Sorry, a lot less
Administration.
work. No. I meant, like, I'm trying to get my words out. I don't know how to say it. There won't be not enough talent to like create that hype. If that makes sense. So obviously, as soon as you get your final nominations in, that's the time to start like marketing all the hype and stuff like that. Right, you got Kibria versus this, you got Jurins versus this, Espen versus this, whatever it is. But if they've got one lifter that, like a champion, for example, that didn't even get in, it's like, how are they going to create hype with one person that has such a different total to the other? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's me personally.
I think
The way it should have been is keep the champions as entry for the next one. So you at least guaranteed that lifter there at the top, and then.
But again, why? Because what Indy mentioned there, like he gave an example, Sheffield is a spectacle. You don't need many lifters to make it exciting. So when you look at the English now, it's becoming some sort of a money meet. So if you're putting in the position to be, because to me, I strongly believe the national should not be anything about money. Nothing, not even a penny. Right, that's what I believe.
A quick endurance. As you just said that, it is a money meet as well, right? How annoying would it be for you, for example, right? If you wasn't able to get in, but then the next person that did get in, his total was like 715. Imagine. And then they took home all that money. But yeah, you're there waiting.
But,
See,
you know,
I don't. I disagree with Durance.
Why?
I didn't say anything. How can you disagree with me?
No,
You said
it
the
shouldn't be a money
nationals.
meet.
Yeah, nationals
Oh
should
no,
not
no,
be
I
a
said
money meet.
no. I said a national like the English they're moving to the position where is the money meet. I said like the British national we're doing, it should I believe the British shouldn't be a money meet, right? It should
Why
not be a
not?
money meet, it should not
I
even a penny.
disagree.
The British, I believe the British should be a competition when you go there, you compete, you qualify for world. Qualifying for world should be the prize for the British.
Why are they two things? Are those two things completely separate? Can you not have both?
Bro,
You
there's
can't
people
have
that
both.
won it that
Why
didn't
can't you
get
have both?
that didn't get to go worlds.
No, I think to me, I believe you need to get the honor. The honor is you getting
It's
that
you. But
international.
That's true.
you
Durance.
don't. They're not mutually exclusive things. Durance.
So you
And
can't.
just because you won your class doesn't mean that you go towards. An example is Kibria. Like the guy pretty much
If there's
destroyed the whole city
sponsors
system.
that are willing to put money down, there is no fucking reason why people.
But the
can't
thing is,
win.
look, the reality at the British, if we put the British as the money, it means those people that are on the British team going to world, they didn't want to win that money. Kibria wouldn't win the money at the British.
What?
Every
Do you know what I
would
mean?
win.
How? Because they would probably go on IPF point. How is he going to win? Are you
No,
talking about?
What are you talking
win-
about? We're talking about
bro,
placings.
We're not about placings, bro.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. If they put the British as the money meet, right?
Yeah.
They will go on IPF point, right? First, second,
No.
and
It
third.
doesn't have to. It doesn't, have to be
It could
IPF.
literally just
Or
be
would-
placing.
It could just
So
be
placing
monies or
what?
placings.
So placing
Just-
for weight classes.
Yeah.
For winning your class, yeah.
I've never seen a money meet like that.
I know, but I'm saying it could be. But even if it's just IPF points based, what's the problem in that? It doesn't incentivize it anymore for a lot of people because it's only certain people that are going to win the money, and it doesn't like devalue going to worlds because it's a money meet. It's just an addition on top of it. It's
Yeah.
like getting little like. It's like saying the trophies, like no one goes there specifically for the trophy, bro. But you go there to win. People who are going there to win are going to continue to go there to win. The money is just an addition. It doesn't detract from anything.
What would you rather have, a
So-
trophy or money, bro?
I will ever win, bro.
I'm talking.
That's fine.
Trophy
the next
or
time they
money?
do no. Next time they do a money meet, if Durance wins best lifter, he just passes all that money to second best. That's it, done.
Or you can
No,
pass it
I'll
to his
pa-
coach.
Because
I'll
no
give
one
that
else
Pass
in
it
the
to his coach,
history-
bruv. Really
in the
and
history
truly.
of fucking mankind is
Yeah,
going to say
guys,
no to free
but
money.
look,
Other than
I'll
this
give
guy.
it. I'll give it to charity, and the first charity start at home, so I'll give it to charity.
There we go. See, now he changes his mind. Where's that water bottle been? Listen. So basically, he said you shouldn't have money meet, but if it was a money meet, he'd take all the money. Moving on.
Yeah.
And last topic was before we close
Fucking
it. Wait, what's the last one?
Last topic is the again it touches on what Indy was saying about the integrity of lifters. It's posting PBs on the social media, TikTok or Instagram or wherever, and saying, "Oh yeah, I hit this PB better than competition, whatever," but it wasn't to competition standards. Now, first and foremost, I get it. There could just be like powerlifters, calling it PB, and that's perfectly fine. I understand. But when it's powerlifters that have competed, saying they got this X PB and it wasn't a competition standard, like it wasn't like the squat wasn't depth, or the bench was touch and go, or the deadlift lockout was sus. Like,
I love this topic.
yeah, go on. You go first, then, bro.
Yeah, I start
So-
looking my deadlift. So shut up. Don't talk about me. My deadlift.
I'm not talking about you.
Why are you so
I'm not-
paranoid, bro?
I know, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
because
worry about your
every
water.
time I'm not gonna lie. Every time I pull a big deadlift now, all I'm thinking about what Indy will say. Go on.
Yeah, but I'm making you a better lifter by helping you to lift to standards. Come on, Durance, get a grip, bro. Okay, so I'll break this down to two things. If you're not a powerlifter, whatever, do what you want, don't care. Right. If you are a powerlifter, what does your open powerlifting say? Sorry, not sorry, but that's all I give a fuck about. Because I've had it in the past where I've hit insane lifts in the gym, hasn't materialized in comp. I didn't give a fuck what I hit in the gym. Like I posted it online, but my comp wasn't up to standards, and
Yeah.
that's what matters. That is the bottom line. That's what people give a fuck about. If people like Rondell, like I said last week, only give a fuck about that, then you should also only give a fuck about that. Like, I don't like this clickbaity shit. I don't give a fuck what variation like you think you hit an unofficial world record on. Like, just get some help, man. Like, just lift the comp standards, go to the comps, lift it on the stage. When you get it on the stage, I'll congratulate you. But if you're gonna say to me, yo, I nearly hit fucking this, so congratulate me, I'll be like, well done. No. No,
These
but like
people-
I've got to be honest, bro, because my patience has gone from like 100% to like 2% with that kind of mentality now. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
You know,
Hit
I'm
it on
gonna
the platform.
I'm gonna amend my question just for a little bit, just to incentivize Juris to answer a bit more. But there's also a lot of posts along those lines where they hit a PB and they say it was RPE 8.
You know what? These people, right? In all honesty, they need real friends. I think this is where the problem is as well. No, honestly,
What you mean by that, bro? Like,
they need real friends, bro.
like not
Enough of this, like writing in the comment section. Yes, bro. Oh, my guy, making it easy. The go, go, go. Hashtag go. Emoji go. Fuck off, man. Like honestly, you need a
When you get
circle.
when
Wait. You need a circle, right? Like us in our group chat, for example, we'll post our training videos. And if there's something we're not doing, like remember that squat I did? I was so excited over that squat, and Indy put that was a good squat, but it was a bit high. And I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. Moving forward, it's like right in my next one, I know I'm going to make sure I try to sink it. But it's just giving that critique, like that honest fucking critique, that honest opinion. And I think all of these other guys are just so hyped up that they'll post some shitty like touch and go bench, some high squats, some no lockout deadlifts. And then all of their mates are like, oh, fucking hell, RPE4, RPE5, oh, mate, that was so quick. Oh, 50 kg more next week.
and the other thing,
Your
before
circle
even
need to be more supportive and more honest about it. Like, not fucking hype you up to the point where you're going to snap your shit up the following week. If your circle hype you up so much that you snap your back, get another group of friends.
Nah, bro, true friends lie to you so that you fuck up at comp. Did you know that? That's what true friends do. True friends hype you up to fucking 900 fucking percent so that you go to comp, you're like, yo, bro, I don't even need to lift. My friend said this, can I win a trophy, please? Look, my friend, this guy here said, yo, hashtag fire, bro. So give me the comp.
All I said, for me, for my answer is all of those lifters that you guys spoke about is that the lifter always said like they're training for a participation medal, right? They're not training for anything.
That's
they're only
fucking
training for a
rude,
participation
bro.
medal. So my answer to that will be is again, I think Indy said it. What does open powerlifting or IPF or open IPF says in your lift? If your lift said you, I mean, funny enough, if your lift said that you only have a 300 deadlifts, even if you put 350 in the gym, it don't matter because what matters is the 2 hours waiting, right? What matters is having better referees than Bermudez. What matters is actually competing within that what way class of 8 people flight where everything is fast. Do you know what I mean? These things that people don't forget. When you lift at your gym where your lift are taking like fucking 10, 20 minutes or even 30 minutes before your next attempt, you're thinking that's a PR. Mate, you're lying to yourself. Because again, we all here like pretty much, I mean, we're no world class or whatever, but we're good lifters, right? But we've seen people pulling 370, in the gym or even benching God knows how much, and they go to a comp, and then this is what I always hate. The next thing is you get that excuse or paragraph. This is why I underperform. No, mate, you underperform because your lift in the gym was for participation medal. You got that participation medal. That's what you should be posting on Instagram. And another thing I hate is when people go like, "Oh, road to this match." The only road you're going to is the road of failure. Literally. That's it.
That's it, bro. I'm on road to 1,400.
I
ain't hit a K yet, but 1,400.
I don't care about people lift. I don't care what people do on social media, and I don't care what people do with their lives because we all lift for different reasons. What pissed me off is when people's names being mentioned around these people, when you see someone, for instance, me, I'm not gonna hide it. I'm the biggest squat in 83 in the country, or potentially in Europe if you remove Edo, right? But you get people, someone who will score like a 260 or 270, people be like, oh, this person is almost a power of endurance squat. Bro, get a life. Have you seen what I've done?
Not
Right?
just
And
get a
I love that
calculator,
though.
bro.
I love
Bro.
people offering people out like before comp
You know.
when they're not, especially when they're not even in that same weight category and stuff like that. Dumb shit like that. It happens
Exactly.
all the time in powerlifting. I'm like,
Mate.
stay in your lane, bro. Like, why are you getting agitated? If you're that agitated, do the thing that you're claiming to do in comp, and I'll congratulate you. But you're not gonna do that, are you?
And Joey's biting his lip right now.
and then the other thing as well we get, right, is this people saying, oh yeah, my training numbers are almost similar to that person, you know. Mate, training numbers, have you seen what that person done on the platform? That person, what he does on training, does on the platform. What do you do on the platform? Do you even do half of what you do on the platform in training?
I might start putting my
What?
weekly training totals up like everyone
Same
else.
same here. I think I need to do that. I need to put that 850, 870 I did. So I need to start doing that.
Off topic quickly though, have you guys seen the video of Nori doing the hack squat for 30 reps? You guys see that?
Oh, yeah.
Right. How long do you think it's gonna take till certain coaches are gonna be putting that in people's programs, and you're gonna see a lot of people doing that challenge now in gyms? I'm gonna give
Oh, I
it.
hate this shit.
The hack
I'm gonna
squat
give it 1
AMRAP.
week. No, just hack squats in general, and they're gonna record it and post it on Instagram now. That's gonna
See,
be the new
this
thing.
is what pisses
Just
me
wait.
off now.
Even though hack squat is actually a good fucking exercise, a good machine to use, but now you're gonna see people record their hack squats now and post it on Instagram.
I mean,
because of
no shade on Nori, but Sean Noriega is one of the best lifter ever. He
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
he got that. But let me say this one. Nori did hack squat for that many reps. People be programming their lifter to do that. Nori's squat is not even good. What? So you tell me, how on earth would, if someone like Anatoly, right? If someone like Anatoly does that, and then you program that to your lifters, I kind of get the point where you're coming from.
I don't.
Because I mean, I'm saying like they're probably thinking if Anatoly can score 365 kilos at 105, that means probably this has worked for him. So let me try if it's gonna work for my lifter. So why would you do that? Why would you kill your lifter doing shit like that?
It's just trends. This is basically what we spoke about last week as well. Remember with the whole when Chance Mitchell started doing the bike and the back extensions, people started doing that. It's just trends. In a matter, it's only a matter of time until we start seeing people wear.
Why is it always dumb fucking British people copying American trends?
It is what it is, man.
Like let's be honest. Let's be honest here. It don't make no sense, bro. On Monday, I'm gonna do my fucking top single. I'm put goggles on my head, goggles on my face, goggles on my todger, goggles on my legs, goggles on my feet, goggles on the fucking on the bar that I'm pulling. Right, I'm gonna have fucking ski masks on. I'm gonna put 7 different fucking sunglasses on my toes. Right, space them out. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Bro? I don't want to see this shit. No one gives a fuck, man. Stop wearing ski goggles on your fucking lifts.
I think I sat there and I thought about with the question you said, why only Brits are copying Americans? And then the only answer that came to my head was potentially we're trying to show American support. You know, we colonize them. So this is the time for us to show the support. Right? I mean that we still love you. So we still love you guys. So that means whatever you guys do, we're trying to do the same. That's the only logic here.
Bro, I've been doing belt squat for God knows how long, and I keep telling people to do belt squat and stuff like that because belt squat for me doesn't load my back and stuff, so it allows me to fucking really work like the squat and stuff like that without fucking demolishing my back all the time. But I hardly ever see many people do it. But I guarantee you, if an American top level lifter did that, they'll be like, "Yo, belt squat, best thing ever, bro." Since doing belt squat for the last year, I've added 500 grams on my total. Fuck off. These trends need to stop, and it's TikTokisms. I don't like the clickbaity bullshit nonsense. Do it, bro. My simple answer is do it in comp, put it in your open powerlifting go chat.
And the other thing as well is, go on, John.
No, I just following up from what Indy said. Just because I've heard it in passing, or actually, no, I got told this to my face, whereby after Durance's KTL podcast, where like, no, Durance can't be the best 83 in the world because there's still like, people out there that has told more than him in the gym, well, something along those lines, or hasn't like beat Russ's record, so he can't be the best 83 in the world, so on and so forth. Like, and like that's why he won't be as popular in his garage than like Russ. Why would people support someone doing 315 squat in a garage as opposed to a 310 double in the gym? That because he's got more clout on TikTok or Instagram or something like that.
Fuck TikTok, man.
The funny things, right? When people talk like that, people wanted to talk like that. The answer should be, we both lifting from different purpose. I'm not lifting for clout and I'm not lifting for business. Ross need to do that to make money to pay his bills. I don't need to do that, right? My bills are well taken care of for waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning to 3 p.m., right? And my bills are paid. So he need to do that. And you, as a British lifter, you need to watch him so he can get a view to pay. So basically, what the Brits are doing is you are paying Russ's bills. That's what they're doing.
These guys, I'll be honest, these guys that like literally fucking sell their soul for like some fucking fake follows on Instagram and fucking TikTok views. I'm just gonna start calling these people Kardashians. Because they're for me, bro, they're selling their body for some views, bro. That's it. You're a Kardashian. When the next time this is bought up, I'm like, yeah, nice, bro. Which Kardashian's this? That's the point I'm reaching now. Like, I'm just bored of it all, to be honest, because it's like it's so fucking tedious. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I ain't doing fuck all, bro. Like, all these people talking shit about Jurans. How many of them will beat Jurans in comp?
No.
How many of them will come close?
Well, then, respectfully, suck him on.
The other thing as well, like, my KOTO, I did get a lot of DMs as well when I did that KOTO. A lot of people saying, like, why are you claiming that you're the strongest E3 in the world? I was like, I did not say I am the strongest E3 in the world. If you listen to that, I said, in current form, the way my training is going, if Malta came tomorrow, no one will beat me at Malta. And that's a fact. Because I saw my numbers and I saw what I was doing. I don't know what other people are doing behind closed doors, but I saw what I was doing. I said, this is madness, right? That's what I said about when a lot of people came down to my DM. I said, look, the fact is people are throwing Russ's name on my face, always, right? People are saying, yeah, but he's not stronger than Russ. You're not stronger than Russ. I was like, mate, I've never claimed to be stronger than Russ, and no one ever claimed to be stronger than Russ. The guy did what he did. Where's Russ now? He's not in IPF. If I go to Malta,
he's in Norway skiing. Oh no, he was in the gym lifting.
So if me and Delaney go to Malta and beat Russ world record, if we beat Russ world record, or me or Delaney, any of us, anyone that beat that Russ world record, can they claim that they're stronger than Russ?
Yeah, of course they can.
Yeah,
but still people say we're not.
Yeah, because he totaled X amount in the gym.
Exactly.
Or they'll just say that he wasn't there to compete against you, so technically you didn't beat him.
That's my favorite. That is like, why ain't you competing against someone who didn't turn up? That's all your fault, Jurans.
Yeah, Espen.
Like Joey, why didn't you compete against Espen at British?
Because
Espen
didn't.
I still got better total than Joey anyway.
Well, because he was there.
Shit! I've let fucking Kim down. She asked me for one thing. Don't mention Joey's talk. Now that I've mentioned it, Joey, are you hitting 599 at English?
Yeah, why not?
We weren't doing so well, Joey. You wasn't mentioned once.
But Espen, you ruined it. But anyway, all I'm saying is people should not rely on gym lift. They should not rely on RPEs so much, because people that will hit one RPE, they're thinking, I still go like another 300. I told you guys, like, I got a DM from a chap that said to me, this might sound random. You don't know who I am. You never met me. You've never seen me. I was like, okay, this is going really fun. Let's go. Oh, I tell you, in precisely 24 months, British 2025, I'm coming to beat you. So do not retire. I'm coming to beat that 820. I was like, I can't wait for this, mate. I
Drop
will
names,
be
bro.
waiting.
Drop names. Just drop names. I've had enough.
But I'm sorry to say this. I don't want to
Instagram.
butcher his name, and I don't want to sound really racist. I can't say his name at all. It's those people that
Racist?
have got like. It's those people that have got like five names. I can't. I'm sorry, but all I'm saying is, I literally said, okay, well done, man. Keep on training hard and lose those bands, because without those bands, I'm afraid you won't even be able to be Espin. But I'm gonna be waiting for you. You know, I'm gonna be waiting for you at the British. I'm gonna be waiting for you at the British. It's fine.
Yeah.
Keep on working hard. But
You
the
gotta find the
reality is,
underboss first.
exactly, you know, you think because the reality is like some people. What pisses me off, Indy, when people go like, oh, this person is coming to beat your total. Do you think by the time that person come and beat your total, you're just gonna wait for that person to do that? So Indy's just gonna wait.
the thing is,
This is the
with
conversations we had. Do you
the-
remember, Joey?
yeah.
All of you, I said, you're chasing someone who's hit this, and he's not looking at you. He's looking to push ahead. So by the time you get to him, he's going to be miles ahead. I'll make you a meme, right? You're going to be Sauron, that big eye thing floating in, yeah. And then Espin's going to be Smeagol. And you're going to be like, before you touch me, you have to beat my underboss. My precious.
what I was gonna say though, during this, like, even if you waited for him, or you know what, fuck it, I'll say it. Even if you sandbagged to do the 820, he most likely will not come close still.
Sandbagged, yeah?
Oh wait, did I say too much? Oh, sorry, Jordan.
Careful, man. Careful, Joey. What you say? Martin's coming soon, so be careful.
Wait, what's going on here? Jordan's has been bumming sandbags. What happened?
Apparently 820 is a sandbag for Germans now.
Really?
So.
You put water in the sandbag and then eat it.
Exactly. You know, it's just incredible, and to see the reality again, right? This conversation we're having is not. I get it. For some people, like those type of DM I get, I understand. You look at those people profile; they've never compared, right? And I understand why they're having that big mouth, because they don't understand what competition is all about.
Yeah, but they
Bro,
don't
they're
need
the
to
worst.
Bro,
They're
they
the
don't need to
worst.
compete. They hit X amount on TikTok. It's fine.
True.
Yeah.
They're the
So,
worst,
Jimmy,
man.
and I can't understand what the logic around they talk, because they
I
don't know
don't.
what it takes.
I don't understand the logic at all. How could you go, with your full heart and comment on someone else's performance when you yourself have never experienced anything of the like? Like,
It's because this is the first sport they've ever fucking done. It's the only sport they've ever fucking done.
no,
The
they've
only
never
time
competed. They've never
But
competed.
no, but this is what I mean. Like in their
Under
head,
other sport.
they've not done any other sports in their life, bro.
Mhm.
They picked
Yeah,
last at school, right?
They
They're
don't
the
have
first
that
person to be
mentality.
hit in the face with fucking dodgeball, right? They used to fucking pretend to be the goalposts when they used to play with their mates in the field. That's the kind of people. That's why.
You know, but the saddest part about it, guys, what would you say? What's your point on the people that are really renowned lifters? Some of the people that we almost respected, we don't respect them anymore. We almost did that because we saw the potential, we saw the talent on the platform. They've shared the platform with some of us, but these people go around and have the same language and mindset. What do you guys think about that?
Language and mindset of what?
Of saying, "Oh, yeah, my training numbers are similar to that person. I'm coming to smash your toe, or I'm coming to beat you," and things like that. So, what do you think of them?
They
These are
themselves
the
or
people.
other people?
No, themselves, because they've competed against us. They've been in a position. I'm not talking about the novice here. I'm talking about seasoned national lifters.
I'm not gonna lie, I have nothing to say about this. All I get is smack talk from people in the 93 class and 83 class. So I wouldn't know how to answer this.
Joey, I post anything and someone's in my DM saying, "Yo, fuck Joey."
Yeah, yeah. Especially that 93 that's ranked like 190 something, like in Britain. Okay.
I posted that meme on the Sabado page, right, of just me getting grilled where I'm on my way to the airport, and that was just basically a meme grilling me. But yeah, we still got comments about saying, "Where's Joey at? Where's Joey's total?" I was like, "What the fuck? It's irrelevant." But okay, cool. Here we are. Like no matter
So
what.
See,
bring-
Kim, it's not just me.
Nah,
So bring
yeah,
it-
nah. So
so Indy,
to sum it up, I can't answer Durance's question.
so bringing it to my question, Indy, what would you say? What would you think about? What do you think about those people?
I don't.
Don't
My answer is I don't think about those people.
My
Okay.
answer is, where are they now?
Like I don't think about those people. No lifter who's trying to be better thinks about other people. Like and like who's come like you know that sort of dumb mentality. Like
No,
I
I'm not saying you thinking about other lifters. I'm thinking
no, I don't even
those
think about
lifters-
those lifters. Like they're irrelevant.
No, but they're saying to you that they're coming for you.
Yeah, they're irrelevant. What does that lifter? What does that lifter want me to say to them? Like in my head, right? I'm my standards are quite high, but in my head, I'm not this ain't me sounding like fucking Mo 6 out of 10 genetics. In my head, I'm not like elite. Do you know what I mean? Like Tony's elite. Do you get what I mean? The
Yeah.
people at Sheffield are elite. Like all I'm doing is I want to get my numbers up there, right? And I want to be a better lifter.
Mhm.
These people are not even in my periphery because I look forward. I don't look back, bro.
Yeah.
Why should I look
think
back? That's some
think the
waste
only
man
way-
mentality.
The only way I think I would say I would allow it is probably if you're doing a competition and they're competing in the same one, and all of a sudden they've started off this hype and they've like started posting you on their stories and shit saying I'm coming for this guy, whatever. Then I'll entertain it. I'll be like, okay, cool. This is.
I wouldn't
this is
even
what I'm trying to-
entertain it. I would literally just be like, LOL.
I mean,
But just-
with me, it's not
for the
even.
comp in itself, I reckon. Like,
I think
just
for
the
me,
hype.
even it's not even the LOM. If people like that coming, and for instance, like I'm doing the British, someone like that is coming saying, "I'm coming for you, and I'm going to beat you," and show up at the British. I'll show you something you've never seen. I would just be like,
What's he gonna show you, Durance? What the fuck?
bro,
Bro, is he gonna put Cocoa Pops in the milk in front of you and eat them?
could be, or maybe spite my drink. But all I'm gonna say to people like that, me in my head, I will be okay. I will look at your last comp or the last two comps, and I look at my last two comp what I've done. And if you don't even come close to my third last, that mean you can't even talk. So because again, what Indy said there, I'm not sitting here looking at you. I'm looking at people like Delaney or potentially Russ if he comes around. You know, these are the people I'm looking up to. You know, I'm looking at Brett Gibbs store. So if you know in that conversation with those people, you should not even include me in your mouth because
Well,
I'm not your competition.
It's like when you tag. Fucking here we go. When you tagged me in the 400 thing and you said I was gonna be the next person in British powerlifting to pull 400, and people lost their minds, and you were like, "Yo, this person said nah, this person said nah." I said, "Load the tags." I was just like, "Do it then." Like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to entertain this? Like, it's 400. It's a number that's been pulled once in British power in fucking IPF like history. Yeah, do it. Why are you chatting on Instagram? Like, if you spend that much time doing a deadlift, you might pull 400. What do you want me to say? It's like, I don't enter. Like I said to you, you can fucking probably find it and screenshot it and post it online. I'm like, these people need to do it then. That's it. Like, what else do they want me to say, bro? Do you want me to go lift it for you?
Because people as well forget that numbers are there records are there to be broken. Numbers are there for us to achieve, right?
Yeah.
So if you're saying like you're coming to break my record or you're coming to be or mate, that's one of me before I get to that level. That number potentially was there and I reached. So someone else have to come and reach that number. And that literally, I think I was saying this to one of I think it was Sean Jin yesterday. I was talking to him. By the way, he's going USAPL. He's left the IPF, bastard. See, Joey. Anyway,
He did say,
Whoa, why are you bringing me into this?
anyway, I don't want to carry on because I don't want you to edit the episode. So what I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is, I said to him yesterday, I was like, I believe by the end of this year, I believe an 83 will hit 850. I really believe that by the end of this year, one of the 83 will be 850, which is a number that's never been done. But if it's done, someone is coming and hit an look at Mo is coming. Jesus Christ. Have you had a shower or something?
Jeez, you got a fresh shave.
Man.
Head looks shiny. Anyways,
Dickhead.
yeah. Well, come on, bro. I mean, finally
Uh,
got that stuff sorted, yeah.
Yeah, all good.
All right, cool. Yeah, he was telling me
Junior,
about.
Rich Junior was in your DMs today. He's been in your inbox now, bro.
Yes.
Oh, my days.
No, don't name names. But yeah, no, we were just
Junior
Mo, just to catch you up. We've just been talking about basically people chatting wet online, saying they're coming for XYZU, and well, I mean, fuck, I get it from 83s, 93s, and I don't get it from 66s.
So
Alright,
what's your
fair enough,
point?
man.
What's your opinion about people saying, Mo, I'm coming for you, mate? And the British turned up. Don't go to Sheffield. I'm gonna come and beat you.
To be
I
fair
agree.
though, hold up. To be fair though, there's someone coming for him now and isn't even talking to him about it.
Who's that?
Pape, innit?
Ah, babe.
Yeah, but Pape
Yeah.
never says that. Like, that's the difference.
Oh,
I've
Pape's in my DMs all the time, man. Just
Oh,
trying
show it then. Show it.
There you go.
Screenshot it.
That and the juniors.
You know,
Hey,
Pape's
man.
of age, bro.
You're not serious, man. Oh my days. My view on it, it's interesting though, because obviously I don't know if you guys have listened to the Austin Perkins podcast.
Yeah.
Not too
Yeah,
long
Yeah, I
ago.
did.
And
You have
everyone
to, mate.
remembers that 74's era where it was Taylor,
Richard Cho.
Austin, and Richie Cho. Richie Cho
That's
kind
the
of flopped, yeah, but it was an interesting era because there was a bit of drama in the powerlifting community. It made the lifting a little bit more interesting. I was into powerlifting then, but I wasn't into American powerlifting. But just seeing the Taylor Atwood versus Ricky Cho and Austin actually got me to watch nationals. So lifters calling out other lifters saying I'm coming from them. It's an interesting one because obviously as a top level lifter yourself, to be honest with you, it can feel like an annoying thing. You know, you've spent the last 7-8 years working to get to this level. And obviously you're focused on guys at IPF Worlds, and someone who is just on a local SE comp is trying to chat you and say that they're gonna come for you at nationals. But
More.
Yeah?
SE comps are fucking great, man.
He's
Are
only
they?
Mo. You know he's only saying that. Yeah, Espin's only saying that because his last SE comp he was allowed an 8-hour weigh-in.
Yeah.
I was cold, man.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, after
Go on,
refeeding
Mo.
for 8
Yeah,
hours.
he's like one of them noodle pots, bro, just taking in water.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
gosh. Anyway, go on, Mo.
Go on, Mo.
But yeah, so it's an interesting split, but I think as a high level lifter yourself, it can get irritating. But for the sport in general, I think it brings a new community because you have your own lifters and potentially you have even a smaller minority of lifters from their side. But you know, there are people on the other side going, "Oh, we want to vie for this person," and then you might, if the people are close enough, it makes it very interesting. If they're further away, you as an elite lifter, just a chance for you to like just dominate. You know, if someone's chatting the most, cool, let them chat the most. On competition day, be prepared to also receive something backwards, you know, because you've been chatting a lot leading up to this competition. But we just have to deal with it. At the top, you have to deal with it. That's the end then, really.
Yeah.
Me, I've decided from now on when I'm doing the British, any A3 that is coming against me, because I'm the one to beat. Anyone A3 is coming against me at the British. If you think you're gonna beat me at the British, you don't. That day I will look at you in the face and say, mate, what's going on?
Yeah,
In front of the cameras. I will do that in front of the cameras. What is going on? Again, as you said, as a so-called, as a so-called, no, I'll give you my Lego hat. Anyway, as
your participation trophy, yeah.
So as an international lifter, it does get a little bit annoying again, as you said, because you put so much work into this, and for someone to just say in 2 days, thinking, okay, I'm gonna come and beat you, I'm gonna come and do something that you've never done before, is irritating, right? But at the same time, as you said, for the comp itself, it brings new people in. But come on, mate, if I can beat you with my openers, come on.
Yeah, there's like people who are close. Like, for example, you and Pape can have that like banter, right? Because you're both like elite lifters, you're very close. people like just I'm using Espin as an example. If Espin went to 80 feet with his total now, and he's giving endurance 10, that's just a fucking mockery, bro. Like I don't. I'm not saying Joey's like, fuck you, Joey.
Because he's actually competing as an 83. That's why it's so funny.
How am I competing as an 83? Who told you that?
What
heard
should
you're
be
one- I heard
you're
you-
open to powerlifting, bro?
I heard you're 105.
From 7 years
Yo,
ago.
you're the only man I know who, in his career, his GL points have gone down each year.
The fuck, man. That's bro.
Nah, we won't
Yeah.
talk about Joey going to squads or anything. Listen,
Yeah.
Fuck.
When you're
it
close,
just
I get
don't
it.
make sense. When you're close,
Yeah.
it's understandable. But when you're fucking so far away, or like, people live in this la la land, they're like, I pulled it this fast, I did this, I hit this numbers in the gym. I'm like, please shut the fuck up.
I believe, right? So when you said, let me revert the question. When you say far away, how much is the gap we talking here?
Yeah, that's
Like
a
the
good point.
gap between your teeth, bro.
Nah, you walked into that one, to be honest with you.
Oh my
Yo, you made him log out, man. What the hell?
Left the chat. He left the
Oh,
chat.
From today.
He could walk into that one and walk straight through it like this.
Oh, my days.
From today, I'm doing this podcast without no cut videos. So what is the difference? Let's say, let me change the word. The
I don't
difference
know, like
between
anything above 95 kilos, bro. 95, no, anything above
That's not even-
94.5
No, it
kilos.
depends on the weight
I
cut.
think
It depends on the weight cut.
realistically speaking, if somebody was 100 kilo behind another person, that doesn't make any sense to call out. I think when I think a far
What
distance,
if they've never competed?
You have no fucking right to call
that's a
anyone out.
weird one then. Yeah, that's
Yo.
also a weird one. But then
If
you
you
also
have
get like
Durance,
nothing
tell
on
him.
your open
Durance,
powerlifting,
tell
you
him.
have no right.
you can
Bro,
also
I've
get
always
like people just go in 8 years I'll be where you are, or you're the goal and I want to surpass you. You know, it's like
Yeah,
it's just
Man's pulling out his
random
calendar. He's
social.
like, in 2037, coming
Yeah,
for you,
but
bro. 2037.
again, what going back to what you guys said, like 100 kilos, not even, but what is the number that we can probably say, okay, this person is ahead of you? It's like almost that's impossible.
Right, if
Yeah,
someone's
like
10,
100
if,
kilos.
some, if
100
someone's
kilos, bro.
10% behind you, someone's 10% behind you, just work, bro. Work harder.
10%. So if I totaled 900, for
Yeah,
example.
90 kilos behind you, 82
that's-
kilos
that's-
behind Durance.
Yeah, 10% for me is a nice round number, just as an even number. Do you know what I mean? Because it's hard to
Yeah.
say. So if someone's 10% behind you, they should just. If I'm 10% behind someone, I'm just focusing on being a better lifter.
Yeah.
I'm doing that
I
anyway
think-
because I'm not a twat. But either way,
Me, I'm not gonna put percentage. Me in my head, I'm thinking if someone is 70 kilos ahead of you, you should not even put your name next to that person in a conversation.
But okay, you know what? We're thinking about this in terms of like where you guys are at. But if it was in a different sense, actually, no, never mind. They shouldn't.
Go on.
They shouldn't talk at all. No. I was just thinking about like if the standards were lower, then maybe they could get away with it. But because the standards are so high, no way, man.
But
I
yeah,
don't, I don't know who's worse. You asking questions or jury and answering them.
No, I was gonna backtrack, but is it, are we done with this topic? Because I figured we should.
Yeah, done with this topic. It's 9:45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing to mention though, I think it's for like you say, lower standard lifters. It's a harsh thing to say, but like lifters in the journey, early in the journey, progressing in strength. It might be a fun thing if they actually called each other out more. You know, for like example, box or juniors, where first to 10th, it's fairly close to be honest with you, and somebody could come out with a massive 50 kg increase on the total. You know, I actually don't mind it, but if it's like open, where these are E44 standards or these are people top elite performance, and then that's a different conversation, and you're overreaching there.
Yeah.
Why is Durance hiding in the camera?
Man's out here like this. Man's
Okay.
looking at it from far away, like these kids in his DMs.
Oh my days.
You know what? Okay, so last
Few
topic.
topics.
No, just one last topic. We're gonna cover something a bit more positive. We'll end on a positive note. So just I would say top 3 things that would be a green flag when looking for a coach.
Ask Mo first, seeing as he's finally deigned to fucking turn up.
Yeah, Mo, yeah, you go first.
First
three-
thing. Top 3.
Top 3 green flags when looking when you know what, first timer looking for a coach.
Yeah, first time, not someone who's experienced.
Yeah.
For first time we're looking for a coach. Okay. So green flags. That's a tough one. Someone who can explain things to you in a very easy format. So not a simple, I hinge more, or I want you to anteriorly tilt your pelvis while you enter the squat, and when you come out, rotate your tibias and force your extension. Like overload with information with the aim of making themselves smart, make themselves look smart, but they're not actually teaching you anything, right?
Yeah,
You want somebody
there's
that
loads
can.
of those, yeah.
Yeah, you want somebody that, like, because everyone these days is like, oh yeah, who can phrase. You're not doing a Bulgarian split squat. It's an elevated split squat with a bias into the. It's like, okay, calm down. We're just doing lunges here. So someone who can explain things to a very basic level to
Yeah.
you,
Basically
and
layman's terms, using
layman's terms, but
Yeah.
also explain it in a high level way that you can understand what they want to do. For
Yeah, of
like
course.
technique work and things like that. So that'll be the first one. Someone who doesn't bamboozle with information. A second thing is someone who's willing to communicate with you. It's hard to say this one because obviously communication can be great at the beginning, but as the relationship goes on, communication can reduce because the person just becomes lazy. But I think it's someone who you can genuinely almost for a beginning lifter. I think rather than going for a high level coach, you almost want, like, not necessarily a friend, but someone you can communicate with freely, without feeling a massive amount of pressure. And I think communication will be key. So someone you can establish a good communication route with. And finally, someone who's willing to teach you what they're doing, right? So even if they're writing the program, they're willing to, even though you're beginning, they're willing to explain to you what they're trying to do with your training, right? So even if they didn't just go, oh, I want you to do SPDs, or I want you to, for the next 5-8 weeks, I want you to do a set hypertrophy work, actually explain to you that, hey, based off the information I've received from what you want to do, I think you do well in this areas. I think you're lacking in this areas. And I think long-term, I want to progress you with this amount of muscle mass that might help you later in the future for your bench. That's why we're doing your accessories like this. That's why I wanted to try this and that. Someone who's willing to explain to you what they're actually doing, not just rely on their accomplishments with previous lifters and expect you just to follow some random Excel sheet, actually explain.
Or
like
Word document.
Word document. If you give me a Word document, I'm actually, that's mad. But explain what you're actually trying to accomplish to the lifter. And if that lifter can read the program and explain to somebody else what they're doing, then you're a great coach. Like, that's perfect for beginners, especially.
Espen, you're up next.
In all honesty, man, like I was gonna say pretty much similar to Mo. Communication, 100% key. I think one of the things I would say as well, as a newbie lifter, right? For those that are listening, when you do get a coach, well, one of the things that you also need to remember is make sure you give feedback as well to your coach. That's one of the things that newbie lifters don't necessarily do. Or not even newbie lifters, just people that just get a coach to begin with, like in the beginning anyways. They tend to just follow the program, and then they won't really write any notes or anything, like, or how their training day went, maybe why their day went well, why the day went really bad, maybe they didn't get enough sleep, nutrition wasn't on point, they had a long day at work, issues at home, issues wherever. All of these things play a big part in their training as well. So as long as they're communicating that with their coach, making sure they do that on a day-to-day basis or week-to-week basis, that's very, very essential. So they need to make sure they do that with their coach as well. So the coach can get data as well, and to make sure that, if there's anything that needs tweaking for the following week, they can do that. What else? Yeah, so you got communication, teaching, like Mo said as well, 100%. You need to be able to learn why you're doing certain movements, not because you just see a lat pull down. Okay, cool. Why are we doing this, or why are we doing what's the benefits here? You want to be able to learn as to why you're doing these certain movements, just to take away and to improve your knowledge as well as a lifter. And third one, I don't know, I can't really think of any.
You don't need to
right
have
now.
it doesn't need to be 3, because like I think as we go on, like
Yeah, we're all gonna boil down
it
to
doesn't-
common.
it can be up to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep those two. I'll keep those
Yeah.
two.
Okay, I'll go next because I feel as though I don't want anyone to take this, or hopefully no one else will say it. But a green flag is honestly a coach that isn't a yes man. A coach that will not sell you shit and be like, yo, I could make you as good as Durance. Fuck off. Like be with someone that's honest and downright like realistic with you. Like someone that isn't a yes man. Second thing I would say is man, a coach who would give you what you need when you need it, if that makes sense. Like not just in terms of the programming, but like to understand like the externals that you go through, because you can't just have a coach gives you something to do and expects you to do it without considering all the other aspects around it, i.e. you as the lifter. And second thing is somewhat third thing, sorry, last thing as well.
Can I
is,
you can't even count.
hey, don't get started on me,
Say that.
because
Let me
I
just say
was
that.
about to bring Durance with me. Anyways, third thing is someone that a green flag is someone that sticks to something to know fully well if it works or not just on a block by block basis. And those are my 3. Because like certain things take time to sort of apparate or you know show actual. Huh?
No, go on.
No, say it, bro.
No, because you said certain things take time. I was
Yeah.
gonna say something, but I thought it'd be nice. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So those are my 3. Durance, let's go. Save Indy for last.
I mean, with me, like, yeah, you guys covered a lot. So just in my head is a green flag for me for a coach is number one is someone who's willing to work with you and adapt in terms of like your circumstance. Because there's some people, again, as I know you mentioned about not a yes man there, which is true. But if you have a coach that are willing to work around your life circumstance, to work around about basically, like, again, I can just see typical example here. I know I keep on banging about it. You become a new father. The coach is willing to adapt to your programming around that lifestyle because he knows you're sleeping, you'll be sleep deprived and all of that stuff. Again, that's come down to probably maybe fit about teaching as well, teaching you why is doing all of that. And also, a coach is willing to sit down and plan your training together in terms of like, okay, you're coming to me for powerlifting. Why? What is the purpose of you coming to me? You know, a coach that asks you these tough questions, probably you're not gonna get anywhere. You know, these questions we're thinking, oh yeah, my coach asked me some weird question, thinking, oh, why am I doing this? I shouldn't be doing this with him. These are the coaches that you need because everything we do here in this sport, no matter what your circumstances are, what your reasons are, there's a purpose to it. You know, a coach needs to know why you working with them. What is the purpose of you doing what you're doing? That is number 2 to me. And then the third one, again, this is will get me into trouble. But the third one is a green flag is a coach that is willing not just to sell his service because of money, but to sell his service because of dignity and reputation. Right?
Yeah,
So if a
maximum
coach
£40. If you charge more than £40, yo, juju.
Yes, yes, I do.
You know, don't go to a coach. I mean, again, the green flag. Again, this is one of the green flag where when a coach is selling you a service, you know, that service, what is it composed of that service? Almost like break down that service into bits, right, and then make the decision. That's to me. That's very important to me. Not just like, oh yeah, I'm selling you a program like £120 and that's it. What do I get out of that program? Yeah, you just get a program. No, fuck that.
You know what?
So, yeah.
So that's your 3?
Yeah, that's my thing.
Indy, before you go, I just say my other one. It's like
yeah,
But
but
it's
that's
just
four.
free,
That's
you know.
four.
I know,
But
I
that's
know,
four,
no,
bro. You said
I know, I know,
no.
no,
You said
You
but
wait till
but
I've
you
done them
said
now.
four.
no,
Well, if you
Nah,
say
you gotta wait.
otherwise,
Now you gotta wait.
okay, cool. I'll
yeah,
wait.
go on in it.
Hopefully, I'm gonna really slowly talk about this so you forget it by then. So what I think.
Bro, why are you talking like
Bob,
Jurors?
no.
No, this is
Bob, what you-
Jordan.
Did you?
What I'm thinking. Right.
It's
Right.
okay. Everyone just talk like this now. Everyone say like this.
Let's say like this. So basically,
Indy,
what
did
I'm
you
saying,
Google it or something?
what I'm saying is, in my humble opinion, I'm gonna get cancelled for this, right? I'm joking, love you. We've covered a lot of the topics already, right? Most of them, like they're like just the de facto standards. A big green flag for me, and I've only ever seen it so far. Like I've not had many coaches myself with my current coach. The coach asking you how they can do better or how they can support you better. It doesn't sound like much, but like every single week, just like what can I do better to support you for your feedback from that perspective as well. Because especially as a new lifter, you might have a lot of questions. You might not have the opportunity to have those questions answered. You might feel shy, like, or you might feel, just like you're asking too much. There's a million things that go through your head when you're new to a sport, when you're new to lifting. Giving your athlete the opportunity to ask questions regardless of how bone you might think they are, like I think that's very important for the development of an athlete, because something that you think might just be like, oh, everyone knows this person might not know this. So a simple how can I do better, I think goes a long way, as a big green flag for me, because it shows that coach actually gives a fuck about their athletes. We've touched on like external stresses and stuff like that, and a shout out to Sepe for this as well. Is we all have different jobs. Your coaching, right, shouldn't be the same for everybody. Someone who has a sedentary job, very little stress, not just mentally but physically on their body, in comparison to someone who works at a building site who's going to be fucking ragged all day, or someone like Julian's who fucking doesn't eat all day. Like, because you're busy sometimes, this isn't that goal. Like, if you're busy throughout the day, you haven't physically been able to have time to eat, because some work are like that. Like, I know nurses, for example, impossible sometimes for them to have a break. Might be doing a 12-hour shift. They then might struggle to hit numbers that someone might have programmed for someone who's just working from home, sat on a laptop all day. Do you know
Like
what
you.
I mean? Like anyone, like they just it's a difference. Like, you need to take these sort of things into account as well from that like coach's perspective. That sort of stuff needs to be taken into account as well. And another green flag for me, and it's shout out to Tony for bringing this up, because I've been thinking about this, is you need to have more communication, like like that. The feedback style needs to be more of, this is why we're doing things, this is how we're doing them, because it just allows that athlete then to have confidence in the program as well.
Yeah.
If the athlete has
That's them
confidence,
to that teaching we said, isn't it?
yeah,
Being
but
able to explain why this I'm programming this to you, and
yeah.
also that
Hello,
I
have you had
think
your go?
God,
Honestly, bro,
Bob,
I'm not Peter, you know.
Bob, you said 5 things already.
No, I said 2, and this was the third one. Man made you lose, man made people lose track, This ain't the 83s at British. You can't bully me around. It's it's that communication, I think, like just goes like a long way in terms of like being able to understand what you're doing. Like, because for example, if things are working really well, why should you don't just change things for the sake of fucking changing them? Like, if something's worked well, like accessories are working well and this thing's benefiting, don't be like, oh, you know what, but I saw this American lifter and he's doing noseless, headless, armless, beltless, sleeveless, deficit fucking jumps from a high board, so we're gonna add this into your program. Like, if things working, just stick to the things that are working. Like a coach that's just every single month, all the time, everything's different. I'm like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Mm.
But why are you changing things so much? Like, unless it's like this person's impossible to figure out. Do you know what I mean?
You know,
Those would be mine, I think.
the extra thing that I wanted to mention, which actually coincides with
No, one more. Go on.
it actually coincides with the rationale with why a lifter is doing what is. I feel as though it goes hand in hand. Is a coach that knows the rules of powerlifting, like actually knows it in terms of what's expected from the lifter, not from like the handler, not from whatever.
Like locking out a deadlift.
Yeah, like locking out a deadlift or getting
Is
depth in
that
a
is that is
squat.
that for more
or
or for me? Because you're just literally sending for everybody.
I sent for no one. I'm just making a point. It's part of the rules, isn't it? People don't lock their deadlifts or don't hit depth. That's part of it. You need to
You know.
explain to your lifter.
Well,
So carry on.
Mo,
I wasn't having a go.
that's not a go at Mo. He
That's
needs to
not a go
get the
at
deadlift
anyone.
off the floor first to lock it out.
Wow.
But yeah, so
You
why
know that
he's
245 was very interesting to watch. You know.
yeah, thank you, bro. Anyways, moving on.
Nah, you
what?
can't move on. So on this point, I have to back Mo because I was reading this article and it says different parts of the world have a different level of gravity. He might have been sat in a specific spot where the gravity was higher than he's used to.
All right, people, I will be front row at Malta, you know, wishing all these boys all the best. So hopefully there are no slippy bars, everyone's choked up and everything.
No touching yourselves.
No touching yourself, no nothing. Been an amazing day.
But yeah. Indy, you're coming out last, bro, so I'd be worried most.
Why would I be?
Well, actually, we'll be in the same flight, which would be fun.
We're in the exact same flight, bro.
Yeah, same flight, bro.
No, that flight, I feel sorry for the GB handlers and coaches.
Oh, it's gonna be a mess.
There's fucking
Hold on.
four
We're
of
gonna
us.
have four. Oh shit.
Four, bro. Me, Tony, Mo, and Pape, and we're all gonna be pushing. This is gonna be fucking manic. I don't even know who to give my water bottle to.
Durance.
Me.
When it goes
Nah.
toilet.
Bro, I'd rather throw my water bottle on the floor, empty it, than give it to you.
Yeah, I will purposely take your water bottle and take a picture.
Random wonder, are we gonna do the preview for Wolves? Because it's only 2.5 weeks now.
We've done the preview.
Yeah.
All we give a fuck about is the GB lifters. Next.
All right, fair enough then.
It's like who was it? Someone commented. Someone's like, "You're missing out on this lifter." I'm like, bro, we literally said we're talking about the GB lifters only.
I was the 66 guy. It was that you're sleeping on the lifter.
I think probably we should do something lighter because we do have people listen to us around the world and some people that
We got to do it next week.
expecting a little bit of shout out. So
We
next
can
week.
only do
Oh
it.
yeah, no. Yeah, we can't. It's not now.
Tony's here next week as well, isn't he? Possibly. So next week will be a good show.
Yeah, boy.
Tony wants the whole fucking preview done in like 10 minutes. Just say first person and move on.
Nah, Tony was the one slowing us down. Jordan was like 66, 74, 83. Oh, he's done.
No, that was Joey. What you talking about? Joey
Bro,
was
what
holding
wasn't all
pen
the
on
name
that.
games,
It
bro?
wasn't me.
Listen, it was Durance. Look, you're the last person.
Should we do name game just as a go
name
on.
games? But yeah, you know what? For all the listeners, thank you for tuning in for this long. We thank Mo for coming in when he could have, and Indy for backing us all the way. Obviously, we're your hosts, Joey, Durance, and Espin. Thank you for listening. Share, like, and subscribe, boys. Peace out, everyone.